Okay, we must be online. Hello, everyone. Hello. Alex Kolosko here and Artyom Pisarevsky. Hello, Artyom. How are
Hello,
you?
everyone. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm trying to get rid of the audio from the
Oh,
Pro
a
Club
second.
review.
I see.
Now it works.
Take your time. We're going to, guys, review Pro Club, professional membership now, number of the workshop from professional membership program number 76. It was quite challenging post-production and relatively challenging shot. We don't have much submissions, but the good thing that we have good submissions. So again, hello everyone. Make sure that you see us well and you hear as well. Post plus if it is the case, okay, just in chat. So we know that everything is fine. And once we receive your response, we starting to review. Now let me open the
Hello, Andreas. Nice to see you as well.
Okay, Andres,
Lydia.
Diane, Lydia. Okay, awesome, cool.
Hopefully, when we have a little bit less submissions this time, we might have time for discussing any questions that you guys have. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and post in the chat, and we'll try to answer.
Okay,
All right.
all is good. So jumping right on the submissions. Okay, like this. So let me close this little thing about the course that we released. By the way, the jewelry for e-commerce is there, right? For 2 days only, we'll have cool promo discount plus the free course. So make sure to jump on it if you're interested in this. Okay, and Rick. Hello, Rick. You were first who submitted. And
Is Rick here in the chat?
I don't know. Hope so. If not,
all right. Yeah, I hope so.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
Okay, so we have, what do we have? We have some information about how it was done. Okay, yeah, I see some. But basically, we see the result. Okay. Oh, tons of Photoshop. And Artyom going to talk about this. Let me then concentrate on the subject. I'm wondering what is this on this. Is it like? Yeah, it's not the dust. It's some flowers. Looks like, yeah, some roses, some sort of like embossing or whatever. Slightly visible on this pen or whatever the makeup. Yeah. So, Rick, overall it looks good. Nice and clean images. You have good lighting. You have this gradient. You have edge light. This thing on top is a little bit too bright for me. Okay. Kind of. I understand that it was a reason why you did it. Talking about this area. Ooh, that big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Well, not maybe a big deal, but somehow this is first thing that I've seen. It was strange because it was really bright and like a little hole. Maybe you can make it darker. Not big deal, like I said. This thing which I see here is a little bit strange. I mean, I see that there is some engraving or whatever you call it with roses. That's probably the same roses as here, but I don't see it this way. It's almost like some dust. I really need to look at this and find out that, hey, there is some engraving. And I don't know how it's possible to make it look better, with the lighting. it's really, I mean, I can see, well, yeah, there is no information. I really need to see the subject, to have it in the hands, and to see if there is a way to highlight it the way that it will be visible. I have a feeling that there is a way to do this. I mean, of course, right? It should be more visible than this in real life. So this is the only concern that I have in terms of the look of the subject. I don't know how hard it is, like I said, but ideally we need to see it more. We need to see this. Maybe, well, I don't know. I know. It's really, this gradient supposed to bring everything that was engraved, but it didn't. So I don't know. Maybe it was not engraved. Maybe it just sort of like a painting under this layer of sort of like a glossy, you know, surface. I don't know, but somehow, ideally, we need to see it. Probably the simplest way to make it happen is to have composite image, meaning that should be some specific angle of light that will highlight this thing. Probably it will be really bad for the rest of the subject, but you go for it just to get that picture showing, and then compose it, okay, in Photoshop. This is the only thing that I think. Okay, in terms of how you combine everything, let me look at this. It will be a little bit brighter. In terms of the way they combine, it looks cool. There is lots of, well, it's the right mood, and I really see that swirl. It's really like a black hole going on. Artyom will tell you maybe a little bit more, because I think some of the areas a little bit too blurry, maybe. But again, since this is sort of like a sky, it's okay, because all in sky, everything is quite blurry. All those nebulas and everything that we can see on Hubble. It's like, like a fog. So who knows? Maybe it's fine. And I think that's it. Maybe a little bit strange thing going on with that brush. Maybe not. Artyom will see it in closer look. Okay, this is it for me. Really cool work. I like it. Artyom, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the image is obviously like going in the right direction. The thing that you mentioned about the top part being bright, I think it's kind of yeah, it's a little bit too bright, but it would be weird if it was less bright. I mean, I can't imagine it being darker, because it's at such angle that if it was, would it be? I don't know. Something about that is kind of okay for me, but otherwise, I'm going to focus more on the background. I just wanted to like. I think that was a good discovery about the whole brightness thing at the tip. But let's see. So the one thing which I noticed right away is that definitely this one looks more like a dark black hole sky nebula thing, which is good. That's because that's what we were kind of aiming for. But I left this more as a kind of liquid swirl kind of vortex instead of nebula, how I envisioned it. So I really appreciate Rick going for the idea and kind of just without even any tutorials adding those stars and whatever is there in the air. I agree on the fact that the center, at least, and the splashes are a bit blurry, because there is the difference. What Rick has compared to our image is that the splashes which I made, they are kind of like consistent throughout the whole image. And here we have kind of some parts are blurry, then again some parts are sharp, then there is this like slight irregularity. How do you say it? Irregular. Let's say
irregularity.
Yeah, irregularity. Yes, that was the word. Really difficult. So I would have fixed stuff like that, because as smooth as you can get it, it's going to look much better. Then let's see. Yeah, I don't know what this background is. I don't know if it's from the splashback. It doesn't look like it. This like middle part. It's kind of it looks more like a spinning wheel for me. I think it would have been better if Rick would have just gone and gone forward with more splashes in the middle. And what else? I think here we have something to talk about, like the tip of this mascara. I think there could have been a chance to fix that part, kind of where it has some mascara on it. It could have been copied from those places and just pasted
Oh,
up
you're talking
front.
to remove those like little white pieces?
Yeah, like you see,
Right,
like
right, yeah. So what is that?
this
It's like a
part.
snow, but
No,
yeah, I see.
it's the mascara, which is just probably reflecting light, I
I see,
think.
I see. Okay.
Um, let's see. Regarding the roses over here, I think you had a good point. If it was kind of some sort of surface texture that light reflects differently from it, uh, there is a way to do it like quite quickly. Could try to just kind of boost. This is a low resolution image, so I don't know how it's going to work. But yeah, with blend if you can kind of try to bring them, but there is such a hard highlight on the left that it's going to interfere with the roses anyway. But with blend if you can at least try to bring some of that texture in the high resolution file in Photoshop. But yeah, right now it's kind of, I don't know if it should be visible or shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. The product is alright. Um, Everything here looks good. The glare is really cool. I would have put it on the kind of on the pointy edge. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, usually it
Because
looks better there. I mean, it's more natural to appear on the corners
yeah,
like that. You're
like
right. Uh-huh.
here it looks very good, I
Right.
think, and I think it would have been better there as well, or on this corner where it has like a sharp, really catchy highlight.
Yeah, yeah, more.
Whichever, but I think flares belong on the corners. It's usually the most kind of glinty place to put them on. But otherwise, I think in terms of execution of the whole image, the splashback was used. Check. It looks like a black hole. Another check. The placement of the products is almost identical. Check. So all in all, I think it's a very good image, but I would work more on consistency of the splashes around the image, so it would look more uniform and kind of like polished. Right now it looks like there could be some more work that could be done in terms of splashes. The product looks nice, but yeah, I would work on the background a bit more, so it would look like one unit, let's say it like that. But yeah, otherwise really good, I think. Really good submission, at least for the workshop.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank
That's
you.
it for me.
Yeah, good one. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Artyom. So yeah, definitely I agree that that's pretty good work. Solid work. Okay, let's move forward. And the cool thing that Rick did it almost, I don't know, within a few days from the
Yeah, it
release.
was like 2 days. It
Whoa.
was really cool.
Okay, Andres. Hello, Andres. You have you went different way, but well, you made it really like this. Oh wow! Wait a minute. How did you make that swirl? Is it like
I didn't use the splashes that we provided.
yeah, but
He shot the swirl.
I'm wondering, is it like you really have a hole in the jar to spin something there, or it was just like I'm just wondering what this under this. It's not a motor, right? It's okay. Hopefully it's not that sophisticated. I mean, it would be cool, to hopefully, but I'm see something that, you know, if you make a hole through everything, make a little, you know, the
He said
spinning
it's
thing.
magnetic stirrer.
Magnetic steer. So it was. Wait a minute, something really crazy. I mean, I'd love to learn it, really. To make a swirl without putting, you know, anything inside, that may be, because it looks awesome. I mean, looking at the end result, wow. So, Andres, what on magnetic steer? Magnetic steer. 1 second. Let me. I mean, guys. So there is a way to do this. Oh la la. No. Okay, so I need to buy it. Okay, now I know what I would need for Christmas present. This is I'm thinking about something. Okay, cool. Wow, just wow. Let's look again at the image. Such a discovery. Thank you, Andres. Okay, so the probably the coolest part here, at least for me, is the swirl itself. You know, all this liquid, the way that you highlighted, the way that, well, you made it. This is something, and like I said, it's a huge potential, guys, for all of us who are interested in making this kind of special effects images. Any liquid, you know, hopefully it can steer not only water. I'm sure it should be, you know, different liquids. So it's something amazing, and the way that you shoot it, Andres, is just super cool. You know, highlights, shadows, it looks beautiful. If you pull away all this subject, it will be a perfect stock image. You know, like. Okay, now back to review. I'm so good.
Back to
So
actually
excited.
reviewing the image.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It looks good. A little bit blurry. I see some of the parts, and you know, I understand that there is sort of like a depth of field, probably feeling that you are trying to make on this, but this looks good to me. I mean, the blurry part here and like this, it kind of looked natural. This doesn't look natural because my eye tells me that, you know, it will be all in focus on such distance. You understand what I'm talking about, even by physicals, you know, law of light and everything, and you know, all this optics. It will be really on such wide angle. It will be all in the focus here. So this definitely not need to be blurry over there on this side. It doesn't need to be. It could be all in focus. The brush itself looks cool. You know what? It's an addition and like a suggestion. Imagine that you would have some little droplets flying around, like it's spinning. Imagine that it's spinning. Since we have lots of motion anyway, it's swirl, a little bit more stuff going on around. Since this is not the eyelash type of thing, right? Whatever you call it, that I was shooting. This thing spins, and it spins in the water, in your mouth, right? So maybe cool. Just, you know, a little bit more, well, kind of more impact, more interesting look, if it would be going like this. But even without, looks good. The lighting itself, I like it. We have a really nice gradient going here. Well, highlights on the glossy parts. It's nice. Ideally, you know, a little bit better gradient on this. But again, I am trying to be picky. It looks okay. But you know, if it's cylindrical and glossy subject, ideally, instead of just a line, since we already have line on this side, we might have a gradient on there. But not a big deal. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. I really like this image. Really like the image. Let's see what Artyom have for you. Artyom, what do you think?
What do I think? I think that definitely the. Let's see. Actually, I just copied the image because I can save the image as. No, it's bad because I can't. There we go. And let's drag it over here. All right. So, what do I think about it? I think it's very cool. I'm going to go straight into one point which I think would have been cool, but it's not here right now. If this brush is in the air, then it would be nice to maybe have some sort of either, I don't know if there should be a reflection or some sort of a shadow, but I think it would have been cool if this, like part of this was kind of in the water, like this, kind of touching halfway, and it could have some droplets in the air. That would have been cool, but again, being picky, the glint is very, very cool there. Also over here. Yeah, I saw the image like 15 minutes ago, and I didn't see much that I could say about it. I like that the foreground here is kind of dark. I'm thinking if maybe this part, some of like a part of this brush might be cool if it was kind of also a little bit darker at the beginning, because we have kind of dark. It's of course it's the product, but I don't know if you would just drop the brightness and made just a slight gradient from here. I don't know. No, it looked just fine as it was. So I I think the image is very good. It's really hard to critique really good images. On the lighting side, you had quite a arsenal of things which could be done differently, but it's quite well retouched. I think the colors work really well. At least the blues are kind of on the same page, and it's thematic because it's toothbrush, water. It's kind of the same thing. So I think it works for me very well. And the only thing I'm kind of I hope that everyone would have used the splashes that we provided at least in some way. That's why I said that maybe some splash over there would have been cool. But again, the splashes wouldn't kind of work with water because they have to be water splashes if used in an environment like this. But yeah, what can I say? It's a really nice image. I don't really have anything, only good stuff. So it's great work. I won't stretch it any longer. I think it's a really good image.
Cool. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I agree. Let me jump to this. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, I already started looking for that steer, the magnetic steer. Beautiful idea. So yeah, I see you didn't use the diffuser. This is why it was no gradients, but not big deal. Okay, thank you, Andres. Let's move to Lydia's work. It was just submitted just today. It's good. Good job, Lydia. You jumped in and you've made it. And boom, this is it. Such well, nice geometry, you know, of all this. Let me see, what did you do? Okay, so it was like one shot of this. No, it's probably not one. It was composite, yeah. Okay. So what I see, really clean and sharp image. This is something that, you know, immediately looks appealing when we see lots of sharp edges. even on the liquid like this. I don't know. For me, it's really, I like it. Just immediately, the emotional response is good. I like the way that you highlighted everything. All this mascara type of thing. It's slightly on the dark side, some of them, like this top one, right? You have only edge light, nice little highlight, there is little star, but almost nothing, in the middle, which may be not a big deal, but, it could be good because we have some gradient, even though it's not a large one, but we still have here and here, but nothing there. But again, if you like it this way, it's completely fine. The only, let me look at this 1 second. Okay, yeah, looking at our stuff. The way that you position them, I'm not sure. Somehow, just this type of like 2 triangles, it's hard to express for me, but ideally I would love to see somehow different position. I don't know, it's probably too geometrical. I don't know. Again, maybe Artyom will have some ideas, but I can't really express what is going on, but somehow I might try to use different positioning of these flying guys. Maybe different position for the center one, because it's kind of really stick on a side. Maybe it should be kind of going inside, that's where a little bit more, like more vertical, and we look like from top a little bit more. Not sure, because technically it's done really, really well. It's just, and I'm being picky again. It's something that's not really objective. It's really subjective. That feeling that I have. In terms of the liquids and everything, I love this different, color of it. And well, that's it. Probably I don't have anything else to say except that feeling, because technically I love it. Artyom, what do we have for this?
All right, switch me up. I'll tell you what we have.
Okay.
I actually have quite good comments about this image.
Go.
I think, and again, I want to say that even though we had like a small amount of submissions, all of them are really good. I think it's for a workshop this difficult, it's good, very good submissions.
Yeah. Difficult workshop in a difficult time. Guys, I really appreciate that you did it during all this, celebration and.
Oh yeah,
it's
of
like,
course.
I mean, it's not the time for doing workshop. It's like for shopping and all this stuff. Okay.
All right. So, I want you, Alex, to join me on this question. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you what difference do you see in my image and in Lydia's?
Well, in general, I see the different angle, right? Here we're looking at from top on the.
I'm not
right?
not the. I'm going to say it's not the angle. It's clearly one thing. I see it on my screen. I don't know if your screen looks very dark to me, like it's contrasty. But what do you think about the like values and how Lydia's image looks? As you said, it's kind of punchy. It's like very sharp. So I think the sharpness is very good thing, but the things what I miss in Lydia's image are shadows and kind of shadows and highlights, because we have these very sharp highlights, but then we don't have that like soft kind of soft shadows and soft highlights. It's all kind of it looks like it's layers on layers. So to create depth, I would have put some of the kind of shadowing in between the swirls, and then I would also put a little bit of vignetting around the edges to create this kind of like that it has depth, because right now I think we're missing some of that depth because we don't have shadows in between all of those layers. That's very important because when I did the image on the left, which we did for the workshop, I actually still have the section there where I paint the shadows individually on each of those swirls. So adding shadows in between the layers to create more kind of depth into the image is very important, and I think that's what is missing on the right. The image is very sharp. That's a plus, because when you would add the shadows, it would create a more realistic approach to the image, but at the same time it's going to still retain the sharpness, because of course you have to have sharp sources for the image to look sharp, and the shadows are just going to add that little bit of that something there. So shadows is one thing, and another which I want to comment is the kind of the ending of these swirls. So I would have faded them into the black with a gradient, because right now they kind of end up being really sharp at the ends, and that also brings even more. So the whole image is kind of like even a bit too sharp. It's missing that some softness that makes it a little bit easier for the eyes. But otherwise, I think the use of splashes was very good. There could be some places which could be blended a little bit better, something like that. And then I saw, I think, another place over here, like some minor things. That's a bit odd in my opinion. At least those three, like I would go ahead and just make a bit smoother transitions, so you don't see the intersection where two of the splashes kind of collide, if they look like they should be one whole splash. But yes, I think it's a good execution, because it went like we guided throughout the workshop, and it has all the elements that we were looking for. So I think it's as a submission, it's a very good thing. But I hope you consider adding a little bit of shadowing in between there. So those are my tips on this one. And that's actually it. That was the last submission.
Thank you, Artyom. So yeah, Jenny saying we all owe it to critique the original image. Of course, yes. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes,
And
definitely.
little brush is merging too much into the background. It's barely visible
Yes.
because it's dark and dark.
Yes, and that's a good critique, because it's correct, because I still have the message from Alex saying that we should add the kind of highlight on the brush, because right now we have the highlight on this, but I do agree that I did not put any highlight over here.
It's either highlight, or actually, Artyom, one more thing, we could have different background underneath it. So if it would be blue part of swirl, it would be visible as well.
Yeah, it would be visible.
So it's
but
like
I think highlight would have been a little bit little bit better, or a bit of the blue liquid behind it. Yes.
Yeah, like
yes.
That, yeah.
But something like that would have helped, even adding one piece of highlight. And as we had, let's see if I still have the master, because I might have even made it. Let's see. I'm going to try and find it.
Yeah, Lydia, thank you. It's really good job. What you did. That's awesome. So yeah, let's see what Artyom can do. I can tell you guys while Artyom playing with this, that we working on the next workshop. It's actually behind me. As you can see, it will be some New Year, Christmas type of theme. So I have already mounted the pine trees branches and all that stuff, it will be either champagne or Coca-Cola. Artyom, you didn't see this, but considering to put champagne, instead of cola. I
All
like
right.
cola. We'll see. So, yeah, be prepared to shoot some Christmas stuff. Hopefully, we'll have it done by the end of the week. I'll do my part, and then Artyom. It will be more of shooting. Hopefully, less post-production on this one. But yeah.
So, back to this one. Actually, I wasn't, as I said, I wasn't lying. We discussed this, and I actually already had a layer which adds that highlight on the left. So I did some highlighting after you said that maybe we should kind of add that, and it's not perfect because the highlight should be. I think I should have made it in a way that maybe even just like with a white brush by painting. It's really difficult to add a highlight over
hard.
here.
Yeah,
because
the issue that it's not really going to be highlighted. Even in the shooting part, this brush is not really what reflects a lot. It's really like I have to put like 5 times more light to get it reflected, and it's kind of so that's tough one. But yeah, good catch, Jen.
Yeah, and going back to the comment about like critiquing our photo, yes, like even what's the saying that it happens to the best of us. Like nobody is perfect, and even we make mistakes. So it's a good catch. I agree with the whole mascara ending thing. But as you can see, like if there was a highlight, it would ease it out a little bit and make it more visible. Maybe still add some blue in the background. I can't, because then I would have to change the whole arrangement of colors. That's my mistake, which I did through when I did the colorization of the splashes. But I really wanted to make this splash black, so I couldn't have two black next to each other. So then I would have to have the actual mascara maybe repositioned like below, like maybe like something like this. That's something I could do.
Well, but it's fine. Yeah. It's actually a good thing to leave something, to be critique and all this. Yeah.
Could highlight the other edge of the brush too. Yes, correct. I could do a million things. It's only a matter of how well you can do it in Photoshop, because as I said, this highlight which I added, it's not really good. Yes, I know. And the product has highlight on both edges. So there should be a highlight on both edges of the mascara end as well. Let's see if I try to do one more. Is it this one? I think it's that one. So yeah, it's not really doing much to the mascara.
It's black. It's really black.
Alex, make an extra photo. And it was very long tutorial. Yes, I agree. It was a very long tutorial. I think it took me. The tutorial was over 2 hours, I think, cut down, and the whole session was, I think, 4 hours something. So it was very long. I do definitely agree. So yes, good stuff. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions anymore? We've had a good discussion about this, even though we had a very little amount of submissions. So let's see. It comes with a delay. Should we just can I tease the thing which we were talking about? About next year.
About the course?
No, about the workshops. What we were thinking about. Yeah, we were thinking about doing a little bit of thing with the workshops that you guys would be a little bit more kind of motivated to do these like workshops monthly. There are a lot of you who already do it, but next year you might have a little bit kind of special reason to do them every month. So I hope you guys are like going to stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
It's going to be very interesting how it's going to turn out.
we can
But more of that probably in the maybe in the next workshop or in the first workshop of the next year.
yeah,
So
you'll have some prizes, you know, a lot of stuff like this, which will give a little bit more motivation. So you'll have more competition, guys, because it's a relatively small group of photographers who participate almost on every workshop. The rest are just watching, sitting there and
yeah,
watching the recordings, which is fine. But we kind of want to give you a little bit more trouble, guys, in terms of bringing more competition. Maybe somebody will join. You know, we'll see. But yeah, you definitely will win because you're the best. From what I
and
see.
one more thing for Janine, if you didn't have time to attend the workshop now, you can definitely still do it, and Alex will review it on the last like past reviewing the while he's going to be reviewing the past workshops
Yeah, now it's more like
at the end of the
offline,
month.
but yeah, Artyom, you can actually join me or do just your review. So because it's usually very few submissions, I record the review, but Artyom, you can join and actually
Yeah, sure.
hear. Uh, will do. Yeah. So like Rick, for example, you may guys didn't see, but Rick was going through all the workshops and doing some amazing job. You know, past one and submitted. It's really like great stuff he's doing. Okay,
Are
thank
we
you,
done?
everyone. I think we're done.
Yeah.
We're all good. So happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays, everyone. Artyom, thank you for joining. It was a great
Thank you.
talk as
Thank you for
usual.
having me. Yes.
And well, guys, see you soon on the new workshop. Okay. Goodbye and yeah, ciao.
All right. Have a good
Ciao.
one, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.